Hey everybody, welcome back to Outside Office Hours. We just got to our campground in Shasta Trinity National Forest. We got our tent all set up and now I am going to build a fire so we can eat something. All right, so a couple things to keep in mind when you are camping here in California where we are. So because of wildfire risk, it's really important to be careful. So always build your fire in a campfire ring or another safe place so that it doesn't get out of control. So a couple items that you are going to want to have when you're starting a fire. So first, of course, the wood, which we'll get to in a second, but a hatchet. You want to bring this so you can split the firewood into pieces of kindling to get it started. And then I really like these fire starters. So these are paraffin fire starters. So basically it works just like you'd use newspaper or something to get the fire going, but it burns a little longer and it's a little more resistant to water and wind. So this is what I will use to get our fire started here in a second. Okay, so like I mentioned, we have our hatchet here. Obviously, it's really important to be careful with this. You can definitely hurt yourself, and often when you're camping, you're pretty far away from medical attention. So be really careful with that. We're going to split this into smaller pieces so that we can use them to start the fire. So something like this is probably fine. So these little pieces of wood are referred to as kindling. So again, definitely want to keep the hatchet away from your fingers. If you have a safer way to probably do this would be to have a couple pieces of wood like this. You can kind of make yourself a little bit of a brace there and then break off pieces like that. Of course, it takes a second longer to set it up, but probably be happy because little less likely to hurt yourself. So, all right, that's probably good on that for now. So we have our kindling. I mentioned I'm going to use these wax fire starters, so get that going in a second. Let me get one more piece of this so we have enough. This wood is nice and dry, so that's something else that you want to be mindful of. It's really hard to start a fire with wet wood. So, okay, we've got our kindling, we've got our fire starter. So if you come over here, you can see in the fire ring, there's a bunch of ashes and stuff in there. You don't need to really clean it out or anything, but you definitely want to get rid of, sometimes people will throw cans or something in there. You just take those out, throw them away. You don't want that stuff to be in any of the food you eat. So, okay, we've got our couple pieces of kindling, and the way that I like to do this, not necessarily an expert, but I have started a few fires. Really, you just want to make sure that the stuff that you want to burn is under the other wood so that when the flame comes up, it'll catch these smaller pieces on fire. So we have these little pieces, these little pieces of kindling are going to burn much easier than like a big piece of wood like that. Maybe that's obvious, but it's important to remember. So we've got to make a couple just smaller ones. It's easier to kind of try to do this the right way first instead of trying to go back and fix it. So So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting some really small, nice and dry pieces of wood that will catch fairly easily. We have some cardboard and stuff here, so you can use that to start the fire too if you want. Newspaper if you have it. Since we have it, I'll throw a little bit of this cardboard under here. But as I mentioned, I'm also going to use the fire starter just because honestly that makes life a lot easier. So you just kind of build it up here. You're creating some space under here where you're going to put some flammable stuff that'll light really quickly. When that starts burning, it'll then catch this smaller wood, this kindling that we just chopped up. It'll catch that on fire. And then once the kindling is burning, then we can start to put larger pieces of wood on. So I don't know how much of this stuff you're supposed to use, but use whatever amount it takes to get the fire going, I guess. It's pretty dry here. We're in Northern California in May, so this wood is fairly dry. Don't imagine it's going to be too hard to get it started, so we'll give it a try here. We have these long burning matches, so that's something else to keep in mind. I think we got these at REI, but they're nice matches. I mean, you're probably not going to use a million matches, so it's not bad to spend some money on some decent ones just so you don't have to burn yourself with those those cigarette matches that you get at a bar. All right, here we go. So these longer matches make it easier. You can, light the different, pieces of cardboard and stuff that we put in here. So you can see that fire starter really helps it get going. So we'll give that a second. You want to be a little patient because if you smother it, it won't burn. But give it a second here, and then we'll start to put progressively larger pieces of wood on, and then we'll be good to go. So, like I said, there's, ideally when you're camping, you're not rushing. So if you're patient and you just kind of let the fire get going, it'll serve you a little better than trying to put too much on at once. But you can see this is a fairly large piece. So now that the fire is going, I put that one on. Once that starts burning, we'll be in good shape to start the s'mores. So, all right, awesome. Hope that was helpful, everybody. If you found it helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back in touch soon. So one other thing that I wanted to mention, in California, in most places or all places, before you start a campfire or start like a, fire to burn stuff at your house, you need to get a permit. So I think it's like, I'll put the link in the comments, but basically you go in, you watch a short video, you take a quiz, and then it will give you a permit that you can print out. Save that because apparently the rangers may come around and look for it. One of the important things to remember, in addition to the other stuff that I covered, is make sure that you have water and a shovel nearby. So I have a bunch of water in this blue container right here in case the fire gets out of hand, and we have a shovel sitting over there as well. So it's just important to make sure you have all the different, safety tools so that you don't catch anything on fire. So, all right, thanks. Bye.